might have heard of what a Cricut machine is, but not be sure if it's something you need to add to your craft stash. I have been a Cricut owner for many years, so in this video I'm sharing my top 5 favorite crafts that I use it for to help you make a decision. If you're actually looking for more reviews about the machines or how to set them up, then I've got lots of videos where I've done all of that. Just check the playlist on your screen now or the videos that I've linked in the description below. For those of you still here, I'm going to kick off straight away and tell you that my top favorite thing to do with my Cricut machine is to use it for personalization. Now, my name is Rabia, and my kids, my siblings, my nephews, loads of my friends, we all have names which are just not the names you're going to find on anything that is pre-made, personalized in the high street shops. So the fact that I can actually take my name or my sister's name or just anything that I want to and use it to personalize something is just such a game changer. And actually, it's not just about personalizing something with your name. We all have, different festivals, different occasions and celebrations that are important and unique to us. And if you have a Cricut machine, it just means you don't have to rely on the high street to cater for you anymore. I personalize my kids' school water bottles. Before you ask, no, that does not extend to every item of uniform that they own because nobody has the time for that. I've personalized notebooks, key rings, I made a vinyl skin for my laptop, wedding signs for when my best friend got married, door plaques with my friends' kids' names on them, t-shirts, birthday cards, thank you cards. I mean, the list just goes on and on. And this is without considering the Cricut hat press and the Cricut mug press, both of which I have in the craft room and haven't opened. My point is, there are loads of personalization options for you. Recently, Cricut has made themselves even more inclusive by allowing artists to contribute their own images into the design software that you have to use with the machine. What that means is now people from all over the world of all different heritages and backgrounds are representing the things that are important to them, and they're all available in Design Space. So you're sure to find something in there which is perfect for you and what you're trying to make. Another one of my favorite things to do with my Cricut is to use it to add a little extra something special to any birthday parties or dinners or any gathering that I'm hosting. I remember when I was organizing my sister's baby shower, this was well before I even knew what a Cricut machine was, and I was working this insanely busy job, but I would come home in the evenings and just spend hours tracing and then cutting and assembling all the different things we were using for the decoration. I do have to say, the final look was incredible, but I was completely exhausted by the end of it. If I had known that there was such a thing as a Cricut machine that would take away all of that hand cutting element of making these decorations, it would have been such a lifesaver. And actually, hand in hand with how you can use your Cricut machine to personalize things specifically how you want them, this applies to anything that you're making. So I've been able to use the machine to make Ramadan decorations. One year I went completely nuts and made loads and loads of these mini mosques with a really intricate lattice shape cut out of them. And honestly, I would never have gone there if I'd had to cut that intricate lattice shape out by hand. I've used it to create bunting for Eid. I transformed the house into the enchanted forest for my daughter's birthday one year. More recently, I hosted an 80s themed birthday party for my husband when he turned 40. And honestly, that was so much fun and everyone absolutely loved what I made. In fact, I've got a whole video about exactly what I recreated from his childhood for his 40th birthday. You can check the description for that if you're interested. So hopefully now the sparks are flying for you guys and you've just got loads of ideas about events that might be coming up in your own lives and things you might be able to make with your Cricut machine for it. This next one is for all of you who have found yourselves running around in Morrison's trying to find a birthday card which isn't extortionately expensive but also doesn't look really cheap while the family is waiting in the car en route to the event. I have found myself in this situation more times than I care to admit, but you know what? It hasn't really happened since I got a Cricut machine. Because one of the things that you can do with your Cricut machine is to cut greetings cards, and in fact it's really quick and it's really simple, and I've got videos explaining how to do all of it which I've linked in the description for you. Now I will admit that sometimes I'll be making the card while my husband is getting the kids in the car, but sometimes I get extra organized and I bulk create a bunch of cards so that I'm ready for whatever life is going to throw at me. And I guess the best thing about that is that you're spending a lot less money per card than you would be if you did end up having to buy from the supermarket on the way to the event. And then you realize after that you don't have a pen in the car anyway. Have you ever checked the calendar, realized it's World Book Day tomorrow, you need a costume for the kids, but it's actually already too late to buy on Amazon Prime? The Cricut machine has been my savior on actually so many school costume days, of which there are far too many, can I just say. I've used it to theme t-shirts or create crowns or masks. This year the kids wanted something related to Tom Gates, whose books are full of doodles, and that was so easy. I just found a Tom Gates doodle on the internet, and then I cut that out of iron-on vinyl and put it onto 2 plain t-shirts for them. This last one is not my least favorite of my top 5 Cricut crafts. It is one that I really love, which is using it to create paper flowers. Now this might be because I actually am by heart a paper crafter. I've just always been obsessed with stationery and beautiful colors of paper and card, and so the fact that you can take those things and turn them into something even more pretty like a flower is just really cool. You can make just simple flowers, but you can also go crazy and turn it into a whole bouquet of flowers. And the great thing is they don't wilt, they don't go moldy, there isn't a disgusting dirty vase that you have to wash when they've died. Gosh, so many crosses to bear with fresh flowers. And you can just keep repurposing them, so you might make them for one event, but then flowers look good everywhere, so you can just keep them and reuse them somewhere else. It also gives you a really fantastic excuse to buy some really pretty cardstock, because the nicer the cardstock you make your flowers with, the nicer the end flower is. And definitely no judgment here if you are a craft stash hoarder. Welcome to the club. Crafters, I hope this video has answered some of those questions you might have had about what a Cricut machine can be used for. And bear in mind, I actually haven't covered like so many things that you can use it for. A big one, for example, being that you can use it to cut fabric. I can't sew to save my life, so I basically never do that. But you know, if you can sew, then that's an option for you too. Let me know in the comments if there are still questions that you have about it. I will let you get back to your crafting, but not before you check out this playlist of my most wanted craft tutorials. I will see you next time, and until then, happy crafting!